What's going on, my fellow gamers? My name is Spiral, and I just wanted to say something. Now, you fellow gamers who own Quest 3, Quest 3S, Quest 2, whichever one of the headsets uses these fabric head straps for the default strap, you're probably going to hate me for this. They're good. They're alright. I guess it just depends on the head shape, really. It's like people are like, oh, you played for too long. Well, they start to dig into your head, or just gets uncomfortable because it's unpadded. Or you start getting like VR face. Well, the VR face is because you have your headset strap on wrong. Some people like tighten it down to where it's taped to your face, when reality, that's what this bad boy is for. This is supposed to take the weight of the headset. This is just to keep it from moving it around. And then, like, when I first used this headset, I had these wood digging in the back of my head. That's when I got this little thing right here. I'll have a link in the description below if I can find it again. It's cheap, makes it pretty comfortable, and I just got done playing an hour-long session in Clone Drone in the Hyperdome. No VR face, as you can see. I was a little bit sweaty, because that game has you moving around a lot. But, no VR face. Because I also got this vented face pad. I have it on the silicone, the padded pad. I have the other pad on my desk, but I don't really like it as much. It just doesn't feel as comfortable. But this padded, once I had it shaped to my face, pretty good. And also I hear another thing. I hear a lot of people complain about the Quest 3S's lack of a headphone jack. They're like, oh, I recommend these $100 pair of earbuds that come with a dongle to put in the USB, or just get a USB adapter. And it's like, or, you know, just deal with it. I'm not, like, out here challenging people. I'm just being like, they're exaggerating a little bit, and it's, the speakers on the headset aren't that bad. Like, if you have the spare money, yes, go modify your headset as in whatever way you want. Some people just do not have the money for it. Or they just don't see the point in spending $100, $200 on something that's really not that big of a deal. Because all these big YouTubers make it out to be a big deal, like it's completely unfucking usable. And I'm just here clarifying. Modify your headset however you want, as long as you can afford it. Do not go making yourself broke trying to get all this unnecessary shit just because some big YouTuber said to. Like, if you are like me and you find that as long as you have the default strap set up properly and it's comfortable for you, then if you don't want to go buy another head strap, don't go buy another head strap. Don't just go jump into the first thing you see on YouTube. If you're wanting extended battery, go for extended battery if you can afford it. There are pretty good battery head straps like Kiwis and Bobo VRs and all that. But if you can't afford it, then don't rush it. Just do whatever you can. when it comes to link cables, it's the same thing as well. It's like, if you have the internet for Airlink, use Airlink. But not everyone has the internet for Airlink, or they have the internet for it, they just got too many people in their house because they live with a big family, like me. I live with my family, there's like 6 or 7 of us in the house, and 5 of us would be using the internet all at once. And the router for me is downstairs, and my room is up here. Like, you would have, my router is in the lower left corner here, and then right up here is me. So there's a lot of space between me and the router, so the headset isn't getting the proper connection. It's not getting a stable enough connection to use Airlink stably. So whenever I use Airlink, it'll freak out every 5 seconds. It'll like freeze or just freak the fuck out. I just got a cheap cable. Hell, I got one for free with the carrying case my parents got me for Christmas. And it's a pretty decent cable, although ever since V76 there's been issues with cable link. I thought I was the only one. Because, like, I noticed after I was able to get into the public test channel, it would have troubles connecting or disconnect itself every few minutes for a while, and then eventually it would work. I thought I was the only one. I was, like, thinking, my luck is just terrible with electronics, so even if it's the brand new, pre-ordered, it'll lag or whatever. But then I saw a video explaining that multiple other people are having this issue. And I'm like, oh, that's a relief. At least I'm not the only one having issues. But I wish I could use Airlink because the lack of a cable is nice. At that point, like, I might be looking into a battery strap at some point. I have another head strap. I just don't have it connected right now, because that thing's a pain in the butt to get off the headset. Like, every time I go to take it off the headset, I'm, like, having to be extra careful, because these speaker arms aren't really built for the stress. So you gotta find the perfect place to put your fingers, and then find the perfect way to twist. Otherwise, you could break your speaker arm, and I can't really afford the repairs. Especially since I got a car to maintain right now. So right now, I'm going to be visiting my grandmother next weekend. And even then, at some point, I plan on visiting Green Zarark for the first time. And he's all the way down in Virginia, and so I need the car able to make an 8-hour trip. But even then, I gotta save up the money for gas and food and get enough time off to do so. But anyway, modify your headset as in whatever way you can afford, and whatever way makes you feel comfortable. If you're okay with the head strap, with the default strap, but you have a problem with these, get this back padding. I will have a link in the description for it. It's cheap, easy to install, and it's actually pretty comfortable. If you want to get another head strap, look into some head straps. Look into Kiwi Design. Their head straps are pretty comfortable and cheap. Look into Bobo VR if you want to get a battery strap and you can afford the battery strap. Just do not get meta stuff. It's bad. It's bad. Do not get meta stuff. Unless you're just wanting to spend $50 on, like a freaking colored version of this head strap. Which, to be honest, I'm kind of tempted. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say, gamers. It's one more note. There is like when it comes to the Bluetooth, there is like a little bit of a delay. It is noticeable, but it's not as bad as the big YouTubers make it out to be. It's usable. Now, I wouldn't do it for something like Beat Saber or in games where audio is necessary. But when it's just casual gaming, it's not that bad. I tried it with Moss, and it really didn't bother me that much. I even tried it with Out of Scale. Not that bad, really. And I also have Raycon earbuds that I got off the tool truck at work. And they're like $90. They're really good earbuds, and they are alright on the MetaQuest. But anyway, I guess tips and tricks, or at least some tips. Keep your headset clean for one. That's everything I'm gonna say has already been said by other YouTubers, but hey, reminders never hurt. Keep your headset clean. When you have like silicone padding like this, go downstairs, go down to your kitchen or whatever, get a paper towel, fold it in half, run the hot water, quickly swipe it through, wipe it down. And yeah, just keep your headset clean. Get a glass cleaner wipe for the cameras. Doesn't do too bad. They aren't like soaking wet. But they are perfect for cleaning these out. Get glasses spacers if you can't afford prescription lenses. It's like, my parents got me these, I think for my birthday or for Christmas. And these are from AMVR. And because of them, I am able to wear my glasses without the glasses spacer. Because they keep your glasses from hitting the lenses. And that's very nice. So that way you're not losing that extra FOV from the glasses spacer. You got something to protect your lenses and your glasses without the glasses spacer. So that's nice. Now, when it comes to choosing what headset is for you, people with Quest 3s, that already have Quest 3s, shit on the 3S, basically. I don't have a Quest 3. Even if I didn't have a Quest 3. Even if I did have a Quest 3, actually. This headset's still a pretty good headset. In fact, this headset has one advantage that the 3 doesn't. And it's these IR sensors. They allow it to track in complete darkness, and that's actually really useful for me. Because my brother has morning shift, just like I do. Well, technically there is no... We both work in the mornings. By the time I get home, he's usually in bed. And I don't want to bother him turning on the light. That's what's good about this, having the IR sensors. Since it can track in the dark, I can still play VR when he's asleep, as long as I'm quiet. Which, to be honest, is kind of hard for me. But this, having IR sensors, is really, really useful for people in situations like I am. They have like a wife or a sibling or someone in bed and they don't want to wake people up with the light. So, IR sensors, baby! That is a good advantage that the 3S has over the 3. Fuck you. The 3, really the only big advantage the 3 has over the 3S is the lenses. Yes, the pancake lenses look like they would be really, really fucking nice. And the IPD adjustment, that would be so fucking nice. But when you're a first-time VR user or you're using a Quest 2 still, and you don't have $500, you can only afford something that's like $300, bam, right here. I have the power of a 3. I can track in the darkness. 3 can't. Yes. Anyway. So, I just wanted to get some shit off my chest. The 3S, really good headset. If you have a 3, then really only get the 3S if you have someone that you're wanting to get into VR. Or you wanting to, like, share with a family member or play games with a family member. Whatever. It's fine. If you have a 2 or just wanting to get into VR, this is the perfect headset to jump into. If you can't afford the 3. If you can afford the 3, then at that point, it's a matter of, do you need the IR sensors? Or can you go without? Because for me, even if I could afford the 3, the lack of IR sensors would severely hurt my ability to play VR. I'd only be able to play VR on days that I'm off and he's at work. Which would suck ass. Because VR is fun. That was my mom. Anyway. I wanted to... I'll get you on camera! I'll get your head on camera! I got your feather on camera! Anyway. I've been working on... I'm gonna have to start Batman over. I had an issue with the last few parts. The last part I tried to record, and... I'll get you on camera! It'll happen one of these days! I have to start Batman over because video file got corrupted or something went wrong. I don't know what. But I couldn't load it into my video editor. And I'm gonna be honest, I used the old version of Windows Movie Maker because it's easy to cut stuff out with. And I don't have the money for big editing programs, or I don't have the money to pay editors. Woo! Spooky headset? Okay. Anyway. So I'll have to start Batman over. I am going to start recording Clone Drone on the Hyperdome at some point. Maybe Sunday, actually, because it'll be coming soon. So look forward to that. I might also look into recording Moss. And I've already recorded... Yes. I already recorded out of scale. That was my first video on the 3S. I think I figured out how to get the videos to not be square. Oh god, I made a square. Ah! Okay. See you fellow gamers in the next video. Don't go sharing this video with big YouTubers being like, oh, this guy's calling you out. I am not calling anyone out. I am not challenging anyone. I'm just trying to clarify some things.